me, because it's critical this to understand. And I think the best way for us to understand this is for me to introduce the idea, the Taoist view of the energy body, which is basically a sphere. Okay. So even though we have a body that doesn't look like a sphere, okay, but the Taoist view of manifestation is that it's three nested spheres. Okay. And each sphere has more and more yuan qi, more and more original energy, or we could say more and more pure love. Okay. All right. So the deepest sphere of our energy body is what's called primordial heaven. Other traditions might call that God or source, okay, or non-dual. So at the deepest spiritual dimension inside of us is this primordial heaven. Okay, and that heaven gives birth to another heaven, which is another sphere. And now that sphere, it becomes more defined. The Taoists call it formless form. The primordial heaven they call formless formless. And this is one of the issues for us as souls, that if we start to enter that formless formless, we can't stay together. We just dissolve into the formless. I mean, it's for most of us at our current level of consciousness, when we approach that level of vibration, we just dissolve. Okay. It's formless, formless. Okay. So for most of us that will have an experience of those deeper dimensions, that is what we call early heaven, which is where our soul hangs out. This is most of the work that we're going to be doing on this level. Okay. Formless form. In other words, within early heaven is all the shapes, is all the possibility of what can come out and manifest here in this dimension, which we call later heaven, which is this physical dimension. Okay. So in the same way that primordial heaven, early heaven, and later heaven is manifesting this whole thing, including human beings, every human being has primordial heaven at their core. They have early heaven at a slightly slower vibration. And then you finally reach this physical dimension of the form, what we can see. Okay. So Ming Men is the doorway all the way back to primordial heaven. Everything in existence, everything that has a body has a Ming Men. So it's a Taoist term, as I said in the video, that means door of life. It's how this non-polarized energy creates us. Okay. And it's creating us each moment. This is what's really important to understand. It's a little subtle to understand this. This is why you can complete your destiny at any moment. Sometimes people at their death complete their destiny because that potential is there in every single moment. And what stops us realizing that potential is our, what most traditions would call conditioning, or in the Taoist tradition would just mean rigid yin and yang. Okay. All right. Okay. So the Ming Men is really an energetic portal. It's not really something in this dimension. Dantian is really another word for our energy body that is rebirthed. Okay. What I mean by that is all of us, we're all made up of all